Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf, and today we've got a trailer reaction for you. A new trailer dropped a few weeks ago, but I'm just getting around to it. Doesn't matter. The game's not out yet. We're reacting to Delta Force Hawk Ops, and I'm actually going to be bringing up 4 trailers, because they're all pretty short. They're well within like 2 minutes of each other, or 2 minutes in total for most of them, if not all of them. We're going to just go back through the official announcement trailer, and then we're going to work our way up to the most recent trailer that they dropped. And we're going to take a look at this game again because I remember back in the day, I played a little Delta Force Black Hawk Down. Delta Force is a franchise that's been around for a long time, a lot longer than people probably remember. And Black Hawk Down was actually the first game that I actually played in the Delta Force franchise. I don't think I didn't play any other one. I saw people, some other people play it back in those days, but Black Hawk Down was the first game I played on Xbox, the original Xbox, and it was the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first console game to ever go 64 players online. It didn't work very well, but at least an attempt was made, and it worked as well as it could for the time. Broadband wasn't really a thing per se. It was, but it was expensive, so most of us were working with dial-up and whatever. So, to be able to play even close to 64 players was a ridiculous feat. But anyway, so it's been a long time since we've seen Delta Force in the industry, and it's good to see them coming back, and hopefully there'll be a nice little competition for Call of Duty, because we need a Call of Duty killer. I'm telling you, man, that game is garbage. And Delta Force, I think, could be it if they can match what they're showing here. And hopefully what they're showing in the most recent trailer is something that looks good. So let's get into it. First, we're going to take a look at the official announcement trailer. Again. Like, visually, when I first saw this trailer, I was like, this looks so good. It looks so good. This one's called
by 2035,
Delta Force Hawk Ops.
A new breed of elite special forces.
A lot of developers on it.
Who are better prepared to manage these latest threats.
Apparently a lot of publishers too. I guess they've kind of changed hands a few times.
No fear, no retreat.
Hold on. Weird, it started out at 60 FPS, now it's at 30. Oh, there it is. Now it's at 60. Looks like it was just a frame rate drop. Definitely going, Call of Duty style, but it looks really good. Okay, no, so developer is Timi Studio Group, so T-I-M-I Studio Group. Proprietary license. Not sure what engine they're developing it on. It doesn't say. Music is good. Nice, nice. So that was the official announcement trailer that was brought out quite a while ago, about 7 months ago, I think. Coming out on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and the Epic Store, Apple, and Android. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, so that's the official announcement trailer that we got 7 months ago. We all saw it. We all were hyped about it. This one, I have not seen. I have not seen any of these next 3 trailers, so bear with me. Let me turn off those. This will be the first time I see these. But I'm not seeing any idea as to what engine they're using. If it's a proprietary engine, it looks very impressive. Man, it's been a long time since we've seen this game.
Plagued by unending conflict and suffering, I found a way to make it better. Progress, though, it comes with a cost. They weren't ready for me. for my plan and its ways. Fear drove them to rise against me. First, with stones and pitchforks.
Delta Force has never really been... I'm hoping, first and foremost, that this is a single-player game. It'll probably have a multiplayer component, but I really would like a good story first-person shooter. It can be done. Titanfall 2. There are plenty of first-person shooters that have good stories. Resistance, Fall of Man, that was a good one. So it looks like we have specialist operators, just like in Call of Duty, that have special abilities. I think I'd probably end up using her just because she's got a bow and arrow.
See that this risk, these changes, were a path to prosperity. Balance must be pursued at all.
But I am hoping that there is a single-player component to this. Maybe a co-op, maybe a horde mode of some sort. Not zombies particularly, but kind of like more like Spec Ops.
We are armed and ready. This is the moment.
But
We shall rise.
again, this was more of a cinematic. It didn't really show much gameplay. It showed probably what could be gameplay. You know, different specialists and whatnot. This is the Hazard Operations map reveal, Zero Dam. So it looks like this is one of the first maps that they're actually showing off, which is good. It's good to see something on the maps at least and see what kind of layout they're going to have so that, you know, players who do want to play the multiplayer can kind of get an idea as to what multiplayer is going to be like. Oof, hold on. Okay, they went up to 1440p with this one. Good. Because that looked awful for a second. Alright, so this is actual gameplay. The visuals are really good. Game footage not final. Graphics and gameplay features subject to change. Of course, as always. This is probably almost pre-beta. Or close to beta.
Out here.
Okay, so it looks like, based on that, if this is actually single-player gameplay, you're controlling a squad. Very similar to maybe Mass Effect, where you could tell them to go behind cover and stuff like that. Okay. See, here's the thing. I grew up with things like Full Spectrum Warrior and, SOCOM. You know, that's a big deal for me. SOCOM was a huge franchise for me. And so I grew up with the idea of, you know, playing games that had that functionality where you would control your squad. You'd tell them what to do. You wouldn't necessarily personally control them. You would still control one guy or two, your squad particularly. And if your main guy died, then you would hop to other guys. But primarily you focused on one character. And hopefully that's the way this works, because I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with, like, oh, I have to control this guy, and then, you know, if I want to do something special, I got to go over to this guy, and I you know, my brain is not, you know, built for that. So I'd rather have one guy and then control the squad and give them orders to do certain things, kind of like in Rainbow Six Vegas. I'm a little bit more happy with that. So it looks like that's exactly what kind of gameplay they're going for here, and I am okay with that. Very reactive. Very reactive. And as I say that, he swaps to that guy. But again, not sure if this is AI or if these are other players that you're playing with. Okay, gotta break into a vault like with, like in Payday. Are we trying to steal from these guys? Of course, I'm gonna be the guy with the light machine gun. That's just the way I roll. Like that. This does look like PvP, actually, because they went to the other side, so this is very much probably indicative of what PvP might be like. Cool map. It's not a 3-lane highway. 3-lane highway. It's not a 3-lane map, it looks like. It's actually, it looks pretty open. So that might have been more of a PvP focused trailer. It did look like PvP for a second there. So I don't know. I'm really hoping for single player this game. This last one is gameplay showcase Havoc Warfare. Again, roughly about 2 minutes. Ah, I think that's the first Delta Force right there. So old. Oh, are they recreating some of the older maps? Hold on. It's not upscaling for some reason. I don't know why YouTube does that. It knows what my monitor is. Yeah, this looks more like multiplayer here, which I'm so down to play this multiplayer if it's going to be tight. You know, if the gunplay is solid, if the movement is tightened up and really fast and bombastic like it looks, then I'm all in. Hell, I'm all in if this is more like a Battlefield. I don't know if it'll be 64 players, but I mean that was kind of Delta Force's thing back in the day. They were right there along with Battlefield, just nobody really knew about it. Only the PC crowd really had access to Delta Force until Black Hawk Down. That looks good. I like the explosions. The explosions look really, really good. Good transition. I like that. Looks like there's naval warfare too. Dude, if this is like a Battlefield, oh, I am so much more in this. If it's like a Call of Duty replacement, then I'm good with that. But if it's a Battlefield type game, I'm in. Battlefield is my main game. You know, ever since Call of Duty died to me. Ever since Call of Duty has been dead to me, that's basically... Battlefield's been my main game. That looks sick, man. That looked real sick. I'm very excited for this. It's obviously, we saw gameplay there. Visually, it looks great. Thematic-wise, looks good. It's modern / near future sort of focused, sort of. The guns are more current day, present day stuff, but they do have their own specialist operator system, which not everybody's crazy about. I've gotten used to it when it comes to Battlefield, and Call of Duty's had it for a long time now, so everybody's always used to it and that. But this looks pretty solid, I'm not going to lie. Like, this is a really... I can't imagine there's a big team doing this, and they are just putting their heads down, they're working, and it looks like they're going to bring Delta Force back into the limelight. I think it deserves it. It's been out of the game for a long time, and I think it needs a return here, and this might be it. And hopefully, when they do release it, it actually comes out swinging. It actually tells... Okay, free multiplayer first-person tactical shooter. Okay, so no featuring special operators. So it's going to be a free-to-play game, which will come with the free-to-play trappings, no doubt. That's a little disappointing. I would have rather paid for it. But if the gameplay's good, then I don't really care. You know, I just want a good game, and free-to-play is the way to go these days. It's going to be difficult to see how they deal with the live service aspect of a free-to-play game. That's the make or break for a lot of developers, and the last couple years we've seen a lot of games go under because they attempted the live service to hang with the likes of Battlefield, Destiny, Call of Duty, and it just doesn't work out. So these guys better be careful. They got to be careful with that. But releasing on PC, console, and mobile, which I don't know how they're going to get it to work on mobile, might be the best bet, to release on everything you can possible and then see what the market does. If you make a solid game the way it looks right there, I don't think you'll have any problems. I do kind of wish there was a single-player aspect to it, but that's just me. It'd be great to see what they could do with a story, but they're giving us some context in terms of what the world is like and, you know, the status of the world and what they're fighting for, I guess. But it really is just a multiplayer first shooter, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. If they don't do a single-player co-op, put some co-op in there for those of us who love co-op, because I think that is probably going to be the most important thing to bring people into the game. If they play the co-op, they like the co-op, and then they're like, let me try the multiplayer, and they kind of get into that side of things. But who knows? We'll have to see. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. What did you guys think? You guys kind of hyped for Delta Force to come back? I am. I'd like to see what the Delta Force franchise has in store for Battlefield and Call of Duty. Maybe it can actually take some of the audience that direction, since we lost a lot of people on Battlefield thanks to 2042, and Call of Duty is dog crap. So maybe we can get that audience into Delta Force as well. But we'll have to see. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know. And until next time, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Delta Force. And I'll see you guys later.